What's going on, guys? Music legend, and I am here today to finish off Linkin Park month with a review of Linkin Park's magnum opus, their best album, their sophomore album, Meteora. This album was released in 2003 by the band, and to this day is their best album in my opinion. I'm going to be reviewing this album track by track, talking about what I liked about it, talking about the very few things I disliked about it, and talking in the end about my score and why I believe it is their best album. Track 1 on the album is Forward. Now this is literally just an intro to the song Don't Stay. Now, Forward is just kind of like a banging hammer, and then at the end glass breaks and the beat to Don't Stay starts. And track 2 is Don't Stay. Don't Stay has a very punchy drum beat and a great guitar, some nice discs to start off, and it's got a very punchy, very heavy kind of Hybrid Theory feeling that really kicks off this album and gets people really fired up. I like this song a lot, and I think it's a great way to start off the album. Track 3 is Somewhere I Belong. This is one of Linkin Park's more mellower songs. They didn't have a lot of mellow songs on Hybrid Theory, except for like Pushing Me Away, which was not super mellow. Somewhere I Belong is a lot like Pushing Me Away. It's very memorable, it's very catchy. It's about not fitting in and wanting to be somewhere where they belong, you know, they meaning the person listening. So it's got a good message like the rest of the band's music. I like this song a lot. It's pretty relatable, it's pretty well written, and I like how it's a mellower side of the band. 4 is Lying From You. Now, the 4th song in this album is one of the best Linkin Park songs of all time. Lying From You has one of the best back and forth rock, rap combinations out there. It is the best nu metal example I can think of when I think of songs that are nu metal. The rap and rock blend perfectly, the guitars are really good, the screaming's good, the rapping, the kind of breakdown, B-verse, whatever you want to call it in this song, works really well. It's really effective. I love this song. This was, when I first heard this album, my favorite song on it. This To Me Now. I like other songs on this album pretty close with it, but it definitely is my favorite song on this album. It's got lyrics about lying from somebody, you know, kind of revenge and anger, and there's a lot of aggressiveness in the vocals that's really well done by Chester. His vocals are very aggressive and very good. Track 5 is Hit the Floor. This song has got is more of a filler track, but it's got some great kind of screechy vocals from Chester, some good old discs from Joe. The whole nu metal aspect's pretty good. This song's fairly short. Again, it's probably one of the only real filler tracks on this album, but it's definitely, it kind of sounds like a construction site, at least with the boop, 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 kind of like it sounds like when, you know, there's like a construction tractor or something and it's moving around. It kind of sounds like that to me, at least. And the next song, track 6, is Easier to Run. This is more of an original song. This song is a little bit like Somewhere I Belong. It's like easier to run, escaping their pain on my own. You know, somebody kind of escaping their pain and their anxiety and depression. The mellower, more volatile kind of emotional side of Linkin Park, and this album is really the root of that, which you'll see a lot more of it, especially in their next album, Minutes to Midnight, which those two albums, Meteora and then Minutes to Midnight, are their two best. Anyway, I really like this song. Easier to Run is very catchy. The lyrics are work really well. It's great. Track 7 is Fate. This thing is an anthem track. This is a stadium track at its finest. People, I would assume, when this song was getting played live back in the day, were jumping around. The video is them performing live. It's got a great scream from Chester. It's really fast. I've drummed to this song a bunch of times. The drum beat's really fast. The guitar is really fast. The bass is, and it really picks up. The rapping in it, it kind of reminds me a little bit of stuff you hear on Hybrid Theory. It's a really fast-paced, really heavy, really aggressive track, and then the scream verse by Chester is done very well. This song is so good in the way that it just combines that nu metal, that rock, that rap, you know, that sound that we love so much from Linkin Park. Track 8 is Figure .09. Now that's a weird name for a song. This is a pretty good song as well. It sounds like it would be a filler track, but it's not. The good thing about this album is, like I said, Hit the Floor is kind of maybe nobody's listening, but this song sounds like it from the name, but it's a really good song. It's heavy, it's got great flow in its rap. Mike does a great job rapping on this song. I remember this song, it's memorable enough. It's not the best, most standout song on the album, but it's definitely a great one in the fact that you wouldn't expect it to be as good as it is based on the name. Track 9 is Breaking the Habit. Now this is another one of Linkin Park's best songs. This is actually Chester's favorite song to sing. He said it in interviews before. The music video is a really cool anime style. I don't care for anime in real life. In fact, I hate it. But I really like how this is an anime music video. I feel like it works kind of well with this song. The song is on the mellower side. It's kind of just some drums with a little bit of guitar and a little bit of keyboard work and Chester's vocals. It's kind of another one of those mellower way paving this is Linkin Park starting to really find their identity with songs like this. This is one of those songs. It's very memorable. A lot of people love this song. It's one of the most popular songs of this album. It just really works. It's just a really well-made, really composed song, and the video works great too. It's actually directed by Johan himself. And track 10 is From the Inside. This is a song that I love. From the Inside is another song that is to many people, they wouldn't think of it as like a bigger, like really good song. They think of it, it's more of a fillery track. To me, this is a fantastic song. The video is really cool to this song. It's like there's like riots going on and there's a little kid and everything. It's throwing away on the inside, that more of that low, angsty, depressed feeling that comes across on a lot of the lyrics on this album, but it's done really well. The kind of the disc kind of intro to this song, I get chills when I hear that. I don't know what it is, but the beginning of this song is just perfect. Just the and the techno in this, the keyboard, the synth, everything like that works really well in trying to convey that, nu metal sound that they were trying to really go for. I think it works really well, and again, this song to me is extremely memorable. Track 11 is Nobody's Listening. Now this I would consider more of a filler track, although it's a very good rap track by Mike. This is kind of just a rap track by Mike with some singing on the chorus by Chester. It's kind of like Nobody's Listening, a guy that's like trying to write his music in his basement tracks, everything like that. Kind of like an up-and-coming rap kind of story. Mike does a very good job on his own private material, stuff like Fort Minor, telling stories, like about his grandparents and parents and everything, and how, his grandparents with World War II, on the one song, Kenji, I think it's called, on his Fort Minor album is about, oppression and racism towards Japanese, as he is Japanese, has descendants, he's Japanese American, so he does a really good job of telling a story, and he definitely tells a story through this song. Although I do feel, in retrospect to the rest of this album, it's more of a fillery track with stuff like Hit the Floor. Then you have track 12, which is Session. Now, Session is the album's instrumental track. It's a powerful kind of flute sound. It sounds really good. And it's just a good instrumental track. And then it all kind of segues into Numb. It works well. It's not Joe's best instrumental track. I like Wake a lot better on Minutes to Midnight, and I like latter stuff like Tinfoil is very good. And even some of the instrumental tracks, as much as I hate it on the album, and I don't care for the album, 1,000 Suns, there's a couple pretty good instrumental tracks on that album. Some of them stink, but there are a few really good ones. This is kind of in the middle for instrumental tracks by them. It's not Joe's best, but it's definitely not his worst. And then the last track the most popular Linkin Park song on this album, one of their most popular songs overall. A lot of people remember Chester for this song, Numb. It's a song about feeling hopeless and feeling depressed and trying to do something about it. It's very connectable, it's really relatable to a lot of people, and that's why it's so well received over the years, why it's a very good song to hear live, you know, why people love this song so much. The techno kind of keyboard piece of this song is extremely memorable. I'll hear the first couple of seconds and I'll know exactly what it is. Chester's vocals here are really personal. He does a very great job vocally on this song. You can tell he's really pouring it out into this song. He's really trying to make a great song here. The whole band is just making a great album. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. That didn't work there, but that's the end of the album. Overall, this album to me is a 9.5. Now, for me, it's hard to give an album a 10 because I like to be really realistic with albums. I don't like to give everything 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, I don't give out everything a 10. I don't like to do that. A lot of other music reviewers don't like. Some people are just too soft on things. I don't like to be soft. I like to be the quote-unquote ball buster. I kind of like to go there. Now, Meteora is fantastic, so it's really hard for me to not put it as a 10, but it's not a 10, it's a 9.5, which is my best reviewed album so far on this channel. This is my personal favorite Linkin Park album. It's one of my favorite albums, period. It's got some great songs on it. It's very memorable. It's very well made. It's very well produced. Overall, I'd recommend you listen to this. I'd recommend you check this album out. I'd recommend people still listen to this in memory of Chester. It's got a lot of his best, most memorable vocal performances on it. It's got a lot of really good, relatable songs if you're feeling low or you need a pickup, you know, or it can give you an adrenaline rush or make you feel kind of relatable. I've related with a lot of the words on this album at the point in my life when I first heard this album. This album to me is very personal. Again, I don't like to really implement bias into my reviews that much, but this album I just think on a greater scale is their best album. So yeah, that's all. Let me know in the comment section if you like this album. Let me know what your favorite Linkin Park album was. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you think it's a little lower, if you think HT or Minutes to Midnight or any of their albums is better, feel free. Like, comment, or subscribe, and stay tuned for my forthcoming video, which should be coming soon, a review of System of a Down's Mesmerize. I'm hoping to do that either tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure, whenever I can get to it, get through it, edit it. You know, it's another album I really like, so I'm kind of gonna take my time with it. I hope you guys liked Linkin Park Month. I'm sorry for the waiting in between. The holidays were very busy for me, so I didn't have time to sit down and edit. I'm also looking forward to Breaking Benjamin's video for Red Cold River on Friday. You could check out my video reviewing the song. Again, the video quality is not that great. I don't have background music. I didn't get to edit it because I filmed it on my phone. But check that out. As always, remember to stay awesome and subscribe for more.